So we'll go over the genomes of wheat, DNA and how it's organized in the wheat genome, some really basic DNA discussions about base pairs, Watson and Crick, the double helix, the origin and evolution of the wheat genome into A and B and D genomes of common wheat, meiosis. How many of you have studied meiosis? How many of you remember meiosis? Not me. So for myself, in preparation for a discussion on meiosis, I went to a basic biology textbook and I photocopied it, and then I prepared the lecture. Chromosomes and gamete formation. So understanding meiosis is important. In fact, it's, I think, impossible to understand the inheritance of genes and the probabilities associated with transmission of those genes into a genetic model such as a single dominant gene or two single dominant or a genetic model with one gene for dominance or two genes for dominance. Okay, and these are the models that are tested with, for example, the chi-squared statistic. So without understanding that, it's difficult to understand inheritance and linkage and so on. So we'll also discuss some chromosome terminology and behavior, the phases of meiosis, and then gene associations and centromorgans, and then some discussion on host resistance genes for UG99 or TTKSK resistance. So to start with, the genome size differences as expressed in the world map, and you'll want to watch this arrow here, this arrow. So 1 megabyte of DNA bases is equal to 1 English mile. So for Arabidopsis, which only has 125 megabases, it's about that much distance. For rice, which is agriculturally very important, 430 megabases, it's about that far. And for maize, it's a much bigger genome, it's about that far. Now, how far do you think the genome for wheat goes? 16. All the way across? Halfway? For wheat, 16,000 megabases. I forgot Zach's announcement. We'll get to it in a minute. So this is wheat. This is a very large genome. Zach, did you want to make an important announcement?
Sri Lanka 3 wickets down for 77 runs after 22 overs. Must be very happy.
Zach is happy.
Let's see what comes up. Do you have the human genome size?
You know, I think this is all courtesy of Robert. And so those of us who are humans and think we're so smart, we just don't have nearly as much DNA as wheat does. So just a word about genetics versus genomics. The words genetic and genomic are often used interchangeably, but to a geneticist, these terms have specific meanings. So gene refers to a specific sequence of DNA on a single chromosome that encodes a particular product. The word genome encompasses the entire set of genetic information across all chromosome pairs. And when we talk about the genomes of wheat, we're talking about that genome or the entire set of genetic information across all chromosome pairs.